I don't think he's at liberties to discuss it.
Well, what are some of the other plots of land paying per year? We want an average here, sir. I mean, is 100 gold a year average for a plot of land this size?
That's the going rate. It's quite good.
I'm not convinced. I mean,
But he's not going to tell you what the other parties are all paying. He's not going to let you that. He's not at liberties to discuss that information.
Well, that's all very fair, but I still think 100 gold a year is 1,000 gold a year is pretty damn steep. And so will my king, to be perfectly honest.
It's 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold. If you want to mine like that's if you want to secure that area for a whole year and you want to mine it, it's 1,000 gold upfront.
If I was interested in buying this other plot of land, and I just point to a random one in particular, and say, if I was interested in buying one of these other plots of land, or if my king is, how much would it cost us?
Which one?
If we wanted to, like, I just point to a random one, so...
What, any of the smaller, tiny ones?
Yeah. I'll point out to the small blue one in the corner there.
Oh, this one?
And I say, yeah. If we were interested in buying out this particular one, how much would it cost us?
That would be up to the terms and conditions of the previous lease, the previous owner. They can sell it. It's like onto somebody else. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In which case, then you will take over the lease of that particular plot of land. But that's entirely up to it's up to the whoever's leasing it at the moment how much they want to sell it for.
Okay. Do you happen to know if the Dark Woman was interested in selling her plot of land?
No. In fact, they must be doing quite well out there. Well, I've never seen any of this obsidian what they're supposed to be digging up out there. I don't even think it exists. But they are expanding. They're looking into making purchases on some of the surrounding private properties.
Yeah, well, I wish to go and inspect said mines and such likes and see what information I can dig up, but if you can do me one last thing. Can you ascertain for me whether or not there is a carrier bird kicking around?
Well, they don't kick around, but if you go over and speak, if you go over to the messaging, the message
I'm asking
office,
him to do that.
He's not going to do that. He's busy.
Well, I'm asking if he can send somebody to do that because I really want to go out and look at these mines.
Okay, well, he'll talk to his assistant. His assistant will go over and see if there's any carrier pigeons available.
Also, I scribble a quick note on a piece of paper, which I don't think I have. I ask him, do you have a small piece of paper that I can use to write a quick note on, sir?
He goes over to a desk in the drawing room and he pulls open the drawer and he takes out a small little graphite pencil and a couple of pieces of paper, square pieces of paper.
Okay.
Not very big, about 3 inches by 3 inches.
Do I have a pencil on me? That's a good question.
No, he took out a graphite pencil, just like a black pencil with no wood on it.
I use that to write a quick note and I fold it and make sure it's kind of like good and sealed and say, there's a man... crap. Is he beyond the village or just before the village? Hey, yo, whereabouts are you?
You don't know.
No, I know that you're in.
Look for the flashy tent.
But I'm trying to think like where is the encampment and like.
A little makeshift tent would be right there.
Yeah, but were you like? Was it before the village? Before this academy?
Yeah, it's at the entrance.
Right. Okay. I say to this after I've kind of like written this note. I say to them, there's a human traveling companion that I have who is at the entrance to this fair city, town, whatever. Can one of you see that he gets this note? He should be in the commander's tent.
Oh, the commander that's
Mhm.
staying outside the town.
Yes.
Ah, yes, he was here the other night.
Was he now?
Yes.
Okay. I fold over the note, like I finish writing it off, and fold it over and pass it to him and say, please make sure that he's the only one who sees this.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
And I seal it and just give it to him and then say, okay, I am going to go and have a look at these mines now. If you can look out, well, if you can send somebody to see my companion, and also if there is a carrier pigeon around somewhere, or carrier bird.
He'll send his assistant. Which one are you going to investigate? Which area was zone?
Is he asking me or are you asking me?
No, he's asking you. He's asking you which one are you like. Which one?
I think I'll have a look at both this zone and possibly this one as well.
Oh, okay. Well, you might want to take some supplies because it's going to take you the best part of half a day to get there.
That's okay, I have some supplies with me.
Okay.
But if you're offering...
Nope.
No?
No, he's just making the recommendation that you take some supplies.
What kind of supplies would you suggest? Other than food?
Water. Maybe some bandages. Maybe some rope. Maybe a pickaxe. Maybe a shovel. Maybe some kind of like sample jars.
Oh, hold on a second, sir. If you said I was not to do mining without a permit, what good?
No, you can
would a
do
pickaxe
mining. You
do?
just can't do mining on somebody else's territory on a plot.
Well, if I'm going to inspect these particular areas and I caught using a pickaxe, that's a bit of a...
Oh no! Just in case you want to do some like take some soil samples or anything like that. Of like, you can't take soil samples from somebody else's plot or lease, but you can take it from some of the free holdings.
Okay. So I say thank you very much, sir, but I don't want to lose any more time or lose any more daylight or take up any more of your valuable time. So if you can do as I've asked, I'll be very appreciative of it, and I best be on my way.
Okay, well, very well. Hope you have a good day.
You as well, good sir.
Okay, and he shows you to the main door again.
Mhm.
You leave the building.
Okay, should I send
No,
that
don't
message?
send nothing to me. Don't send anything to me yet.
Send
okay,
it
so-
when
You can send it to
says,
Whisper.
Okay.
The person may not see me until a day. You know?
Okay. I'll send it through to him in a second. So that's me
Alright.
basically ending my turn, okay?
That's fine. Theo,
Yes.
about an hour has gone by.
Good.
And Freya is just makes a dramatic entrance. Yes, and she says, "My lord, I managed to acquire for us an assortment of supplies."
Really good. Should I come and inspect and see what you got?
She's got it all written down, and she says the first thing she's got on the list is a wagon.
Why did you buy a wagon?
How to bring the supplies?
You do realise we travelled with like 7 wagons.
Oh, she assumed that those wagons would be staying here.
Well, I was going to try and negotiate them to come with us. But okay, you got a wagon. That's
She got a wagon. Yeah, she got a wagon.
I don't mind.
Okay, on the wagon. Yeah. She says on the wagon she has 20 blankets.
Mhm.
Yeah. 3 barrels of ale.
Okay.
2 boxes of mixed vegetables and mixed fruit.
Okay.
Yeah. 40 baked loaves of bread.
Mhm.
A barrel of fish.
Yep.
Just- two flagons of oil.
And this was all just for the 2 nights while we stay out here, was it?
No, this is just in case you decide to head towards Carlos.
A little bit earlier. Okay,
A little bit early, yes.
that's good thinking.
Yeah. He said we obviously she's planned just in case you decided to say, oh, that's it, we're just leaving now.
Mhm.
Yeah. So 2 flagons of oil.
I like her. I want to see her character sheet now. I like her. She's standing here.
Freya.
Yeah,
Freya.
I think I've upgraded.
Wait, what? What do you mean you upgraded?
Got rid of Morwen.
That's evil.
So yeah, she got 2 flagons of oil and 5 bundles of sticks.
Good.
Yeah. 3 shovels.
That's right. So yeah, just basic travel gear.
Yeah, a whole lot of good,
stuff.
like just massive migration equipment kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. And she's got it all itemized out, and she says that she has 1 gold piece left.
Jolly good. Keep hold of that for now.
Well, okay. So she's made a note next to it in brackets. It's still in possession.
Yeah. No, that's pretty good. Where did you get the ale from?
Get the what?
It's a lot of ale and beer and.
Oh, there was a tavern. Yeah, called the Miner's Pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was somebody came up and made a delivery.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they had basically they made the wrong delivery.
Okay.
So instead of them taking it back and they were like, oh, we're not paying for it kind of thing, she kind of stepped in and said, well, if nobody wants those barrels, then I'll quite happily take them.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So she got 3 barrels of ale.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jolly good. Okay.
I'm
Where's
not
the
too
wagon
sure whether
going?
it's good ale, but it's ale either way.
That's fine. It's alcohol. The other soldiers, they'll be fine with it.
Hmm.
Do you know? Have you planned an area to store it, to look after it, or?
It's staying on the wagon.
And where's the wagon?
The wagon is kind of like just off to one side. It's a smaller wagon. It's not a 50-man wagon kind of thing. It's a small wagon.
Is it like my wagon? Has it all
It's kind of like that, except it's got wooden walls like fencing down the sides of the wagon, and it's got a tarping, a leather tarping, kind of like covering everything, all like pinned down.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So if you kind of like, if you imagine you just shrunk wrapped a horse-drawn cart, that's pretty much what it is. You can see the boxes and barrels kind of like just like the shapes, the outlines of them on there through the tarping.
That's pretty good. I will ask you to speak with some of the soldiers that we have and see if they can go on a patrol to make sure no one sort of fiddles with it, takes anything.
Fiddles with it.
Fiddles with it, takes it. You know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then perhaps tonight we will try to arrange some food to be delivered to all the civilians so we can have like a good meal tonight.
Good meal. Okay.
And we give them something to help uplift them a little bit, you know. That's good. You did really good.
Okay, well, she's happy about that. She's written it down in a little journal, like diary kind of thing, a little notepad book, and she puts the pencil away and she puts the notepad back inside her, like folds it closed, slots the pencil inside this little silver holder kind of thing, and then pockets that information and like put it. You realise that she's wearing kind of like a little leather, hard leather belt, waist. pouch, like a small, like kind of like a satchel.
Mm-hmm.
Small coin, like coin purse, but she keeps her paper and notes and things like that, and whatever coin she's given, all the rest of it, placed in there.
No worries.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty good. I say to her, like, I've spoken to some of the sergeants here, I've asked them for information, they've got to come back to me. But I'm going to go mingle with some of these civilians and see what their thoughts are about and see how their mental state is and all that. Just going to go and talk with some people.
Okay.
And I will wander off and do that.
Alright, so she's busy in herself making sure that the wagon's actually put somewhere where you can keep an eye on it.
Yeah.
And she sets about just seeing if there's anything that needs to be replenished. Any bottles or any food bowls or anything like that, and that needs to be tidied up and cleaned and stuff like that and restocked. Yeah, so you go off and you can, there's a couple of captains, two of them are talking to each other, again discussing your proposal that they move south towards Calmhard.
Yeah, so if I go near them, I just want to like just point to them and I just say, well, not point to them, just motion to them like, I hope you're thinking about the decision. I need it soon so I can go speak to the lieutenant. And then, like I say, tell me now, spread the word as well, I need it soon. And I continue towards the civilians. Okay.
The two army sergeants kind of nod, and as you go past. Move towards the civilians. The civilians are spread over quite a large area. They seem to have created a little shanty town of camps.
Yep.
Strewn out over an area. And you can see them. They're talking. Some are eating. They're busying themselves. Some of them are going through the possessions they managed to rescue from Ilian.
I'm just going to walk through them all.
Okay.
And some of the people that are still chatting and out, I just want to listen to some of their conversations off the corner as I'm walking through what their vibe is.
The vibe is it feels like it's 50-50. Some are saying that they'll just stay there because it's going to be a long journey south and they don't know really what they're heading towards or they're having to travel through. The other ones are saying, well, at least we know what it's like here. And some of the civilians think that they can get employment as miners. Yeah. As well as doing other things as well. It is a growing, the Newtown area. It is a growing, prosperous kind of busy place, and it looks like although it does have its migration of people pretty much every day. It looks like it can comfortably absorb these refugees. People, it won't take them long for them to actually find a place to live and find employment and things like that.
That's sort of what I was worried if I left them here, they were just going to be literally in a tent for all this time. But if it feels like they're going to survive here no matter what, it's fine.
It's like this. This is a place of opportunity. Yes. For migrants and for immigrants and things like that. There is predominantly they are all human Rohan, but there is dwarves here as well, and there's other like Gondorians and people like that as well. So it is very diverse. The accents, as you're walking through, are all intermingled, and some of the dialect and some of the words and the syntax is kind of distinctive from the regions that they've come from and from the company that they're talking with. So the ideas and technologies kind of intermingled and all the rest of it. And that's kind of reflecting on this society that's built.
Yeah.
It's building up. I mean, in about 50 to 100 years, you can imagine this being
It'd
quite
been
a diverse,
town almost.
a larger city. It developed into a larger city if given the right opportunities, kind of thing. So, and that seems to be predominantly the ideas of, I would say, probably around a half to over half of the refugees are all saying, well, this could actually be this is the city on the move kind of thing. This is like it's there's opportunity here. Or we can go to Kalos
and not know what's there.
Not really know what's there, and it's and
I'm also on the look for Leosin, the young girl that was doing the fire. I think her name was Leosin, something like that. It was. I've written down Leosin, so it was something like that.
Okay.
I'm also on the look for her, so I spend the sort of time as I'm going through people listening to what they're talking.
Okay.
trying to look for her.
You'll wander around for about 10 minutes or so, 10-15 minutes, and you see her, you spot her.
Do I see her with a family, just on her own, or?
She's on her own
she had
at the
sisters
moment.
and
At the moment, she's on her own, and she's carrying firewood, like sticks.
Can I walk up towards her?
Yeah.
Am I walking up behind her, beside her, in front of her?
Just off to one side. She's kind of like she's turning around, looking on the ground, and picking up twigs and sticks and things like that, and branches and things that are just laid around, which she can make a decent fire bundle with.
I wanted to say, like, Leosin, was it Leosin?
Leosin, yeah. She looks up.
Okay, Leosin.
She's kind of got there's like a curly, gingery kind of hair with freckles and.
Yeah, so it is you. How are you faring?
She's doing well. Her sisters are doing well. They are just making sure that they've got some firewood for tonight.
Is there like loads of it just dotted around, or?
There's various bits of wood. There's various bushes and hedgerows.
As I'm talking to her, then I'm also helping her pick some wood up.
Yeah, there's various trees and bushes and things like that that seem to be.
So yeah, I say to her,
in and around the area. Yes.
Let me give you a hand. I just want to.
Plenty wood. There's also a few like broken planks and things like that from that are just falling off carts and wagons that have predominantly gone past in the last week or so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to give her a hand as I'm talking to her, so I want to pick up some stuff.
Okay, yeah, so you pick up a couple of broken, like, barge boards kind of thing, and various other pieces of wood that have fallen off. You can tell that they've actually fallen off wagons or fallen off carts, like broken boxes, crates and barrels and things like that. Yeah, that kind of thing, and you're pulling them out of the undergrowth or out of the mud. And just brushing the mud off slightly, and she'll let that dry out, and that'll burn quite well.
I'm holding it all for her anyway.
Yeah,
she's holding, but I'm holding the bits I'm carrying.
She's got some twigs and some branches and some planks and bits and pieces.
I want to ask you a few questions, if that's okay. Nothing intense or insane, but I just want to know your feelings on: are you staying? Are you going? What do you feel? What's the decision between you and your family?
Well,
I know you came with your mum and sisters.
Yeah, it's with her sisters. They haven't quite decided yet, but they're simple people. They're not entrepreneurs. They're not engineers. They're certainly not miners. And because there's no males in the family, it's just a mother and her sisters.
Yes, I mean, it's going to sound really bad to me actually, but I need to say it. Do you mind if we walk back to your tent?
They have a kind of like a
you're staying.
Yeah, it's kind of like a lean-to kind of thing, like a couple of lean-tos, are facing opposite each other with a small campfire in the middle.
Like if you think we have enough wood here at the moment, I'm helping collect some wood as well.
That's fine. Yeah, her sisters are out getting bits and pieces as well.
Do you know when your sisters and that might be back?
Well, they won't be too far away. They're not going to wander.
Okay. I don't know how I'm going to word this to her without it sounding dirty.
Here we go. Prepare yourself for
Now
this.
it's gonna actually sound dirty because you said that.
It was going to sound dirty no matter what. If I came out and straight away said it, it sounded dirty in my head straight away, so I knew it would say dirty things.
Here we go.
Do
Really?
you mind if we sit down by your campfire for a second?
Is this sure?
I have something I want to ask you. Now, I understand that it's you and your mum and sisters. What sort of skills does any of your family have?
Mostly domestic.
Okay, well, I mean, so
Gardening,
that's good.
cleaning, cooking, that kind of thing.
So you know the sort of proposal I've offered about going to Canondard, and then there's that small little town about Kalos.
Mhm.
I don't know what's in Kalos either, but I've been I'm also the L of there, so I have supposedly a little house or an estate, I think it's called.
Yeah.
It's an estate. But I was going to ask if you would like to come with us. I can't offer you much, but I could offer you to work with us, to be cleaners, to be taking care of the
Domesticness.
house.
domestic,
Yeah.
domesticators. So they could be seamstress, or they could be housekeepers, or cleaners, or room keeping kind of thing.
Yeah,
or
I mean,
kitchen staff, or that kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm sort of asking her if she would want to, I mean, I know this is a big thing. You can't decide on your own. This is why I wanted to speak to your family as well. If you want to talk to them privately, then let me know.
Okay.
I'm offering you a place to live there and a living. But I can't tell you straight away if it's perfect there. If it's in danger, that place, we will stay in Canonhard until I sort it out.
So she says, okay.
I mean, I do not wish for you. I mean, I've walked through this little town, and there are some dodgy people around. I don't want to see you fall in that sort of same category.
No, she says that they're not going to go into town. They're just gonna stay here and see what everybody else decides first. But they haven't decided, but they'll talk about it.
Please, I mean, half the people here will probably stay because they have an opportunity to go for miners and bar work. But
Yeah, also on the trades. Yeah, there's a lot of forgers and metalsmiths and things like that around as well.
As I say, that's all I can offer you at the moment until I know what's there more. I cannot offer any possessions or anything like that. I can just offer you and your family another start.
Yeah, well, they said they're going to talk about it.
Like, please let me or my aid. No, was it aid?
Aid.
Do I call it aid? Do I call it aid? My first aid? Oh, that's wrong. What do I call Freya?
Your aid, yes, it's your
It is
aid.
my aid.
Yeah, speak to my aid.
Yeah, I mean, if you do wish to come, please speak to me or my aid,
My aid. Yeah.
and we will work something else out when we arrive. I mean,
Okay.
I kind
Well,
of
she
think
says
we just-
they're going to talk about it tonight. They're going to talk about it this evening because you only just mentioned that kind of thing to them this
Yes.
morning.
Yeah, tonight also, I believe, I'm hoping to get some good food cooked and have a proper meal, as we've been travelling and not had anything properly yet. So.
Yeah, because you've had a day's travelling and this is kind of a day's rest, kind of okay, this is where you are now, this is where you're staying for. And they've been there for the day.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I will leave you to it now. I wish you all the best, and I do wish that eventually you will either come with us or at least see us off. And I do a little bow and then I walk off.
Okay. She kind of watches you walking off. And then she goes back to just making sure.
I leave all that wood there as well, by the way.
Yeah, you don't take the wood with you. You leave the wood, and like I say, she just arranges the area that's around her. Lines up several cooking pots and things like that, and just makes sure that they have a fire going already. And she just places some of the wood that she picked up out of the ground because it was damp. It was because it was a kind of wet, dreary morning.
How old does she look to me, by the way?
She's about 15.
Okay. I had a feeling it was young, but I didn't remember how young. That was all.
She's about 15.
That's
15. I
fine.
mean, you couldn't tell there's no accurate dating or anything like that, but it looks around 15.
No, that's fine.
She looks around 15. Yeah.
Cool. I will then head back to my commander's tent. I will do the same sort of route. I will go through the civilians and then go past the army bits if they're there.
Yeah. They're dotted around. The more or less they found themselves like small little huddles to position themselves in, but there's always people migrating, crossing your path and that.
Yeah, so that's all I do. And if anyone stops and asks us a question, then I will also reply.
Nobody seems to ask, and they're all predominantly talking about the same thing about this place called Carlost and Callanhad, and say some of the soldiers, and most of the soldiers, they seem to they know what Callanhad is. Callanhad is, you get this impression that it is an elaborately
big fortress.
huge wooden fortress.
Can I? Because obviously I can hear them. Can I go up to one of them that are talking about
Callanhad, yeah?
Yeah, Callanhad.
Yeah.
I go up to them and I literally go, so sorry, I could hear you talking about Callanhad, and it sounds like you've been there before then.
Some have, yeah.
So what is it like then? Because I know it's a big, massive fortress. I know it's the beacon.
It's one of the beacons of Gondor. Obviously, there's several of them, all the way from Minas Tirith all the way to Edoras. There's these beacons. Now, some of them, I mean, the majority of them are literally just beacons. They're literally just
yeah. I mean, I know a couple
wood
of
on top
that.
of them, but occasionally, every other one, every major fortress kind of thing, every fifth one, is a huge building, multi-tiered. Some of them to 8 floors. And on the right up on the top floor is a huge wood pyre kind of thing. Probably about 20 foot wide and about 15 feet high, of just wood ready to go. Which it's kind of like in the night, in the middle of the night. If you saw them in the middle of the night, it's unmistakable. You know which one was Callanhad.
Yeah.
Just by the intensity of the bright lights. There's always somebody on watch. There's 2 people at least on watch, looking for other beacons that are lit.
To be lit,
being lit by Gondor.
So
it's a huge garrison. It's a massive garrison.
I mean,
It's a very big garrison. They obviously have stables, they have facilities, they have dormitories, they have workshops, and that kind of thing. They have everything they need. It is like a fortress, like a garrison, but it's not a stone fortress. It's a wooden fortress.
The question I want to ask you then is: have any of you been stationed there before, or have you been there before? Physically, have you been in there?
They've been there.
Was there a commander there prior to me, or? So I can't figure out why I've been given command if there's a commander there.
It falls under the parish of Kalos.
So there has not been any
commander of that particular garrison. No, there'll be a caretaker.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you know of Kalos then?
Kalos is a small village. It probably has maybe about a dozen buildings, 1 manor house. It's predominantly farmland. Nobody's lived there for quite some time. Rumour has it that the family's all moved out because of some strange goings-ons in the nearby wood.
What do you know of the wood?
There's rumour of it being haunted.
Any rumours about it being haunted by what?
Well, kind of like there's a lot of superstitious stuff. There's a stone circle in the wood.
Pixies.
A quite large stone circle, not little stone circle, big giant stone circle, like a Stonehenge kind of thing. In the like not in the center of the wood, but in the wood itself, in the wood that Carlos is just next to.
I'm getting really intrigued about this forest now, about what it's going to be in there.
Yeah.
Do we know if anyone used to live in the forest? Like any rumours about any people? Any type of tribe? Or
yeah, no, it says that the stone circle, like, predates Rohan itself.
Hmm.
Yeah, but it's always been in connections with evil or something like that. Probably some of those elves. I don't know. Although they tend not to build stone circles. But yeah,
not the good ones. The bad ones tend to.
Yeah. So there's some evil. There's been some evil goings ons in those woods, and it still resides around this stone circle.
The woods are on one side of the river, aren't they?
Yes.
And then the town is on the other side.
Yeah. Pretty much.
And is there a bridge that connects them, or?
Hang on.
If this guy knows, if not, then I'll try to move on to someone who does.
He's just trying to recall exactly what Carlos looks like. Give you an actual better description. Here we go. There's a most of the town is on the river, or like on the opposite side of the river to the wood, the forest.
Yeah, so the river divides the forest and the town.
It doesn't divide the forest; it divides the town.
Yeah, so it divides the town from the river.
Yeah, it separates. It acts like it's like a barrier between. There's like the river goes through Carlos, but predominantly all the houses, all the residents, and all the rest of it are on the west side of the river, and the forest itself is on the east side of the river.
And do we know if there's any bridges that connect those areas?
There's a farm. Yeah, there's a bridge. Yeah, there's a stone bridge. It's predominantly made of flintstone.
Is that the one that the Gondorians would cross if they were entering into our lands?
Yeah, it's the east. It's the east-west road. It's the east-west road. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
It's the east-west road. Yeah. So one end Edoras, at the other end Gondor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that place actually then.
Yeah. It's a stone bridge though. It's a stone bridge, and it's predominantly made from kind of mortar and flint.
Hmm. Okay.
There is one building on the east side of the village, just over the river from the water mill. Is a farm, a small farm, and that's the closest building to the actual forest.
Okay, and then do you know how close it is to minor tourists then?
Calenhad and Kalos.
Yeah.
Probably.
So I'm trying to think about trade routes, you see, and I know.
Oh, anything going between.
Main town.
Yeah, anything going to Edoras. Or from Edoras going to Minas Tirith or Minas Tirith to Edoras has to go through Kalos.
Mhm.
Yeah, it must go through Kalos. I mean, you can't remember the actual shape and dimensions or the condition of the manor house, but he knows that there was a one there.
Be a shed for I'll build it later on.
He doesn't remember what it's like, how big it is, or how many floors it had, or what condition it's in, or anything like that. He can't remember anything about the manor house.
No, that's fine. I'm not really interested in it.
He does remember there being a stone circle somewhere, like an ancient stone circle, in the forest. Yeah, and there's various other things. Some people said there was witches hanging, witches haunt it. There's other people say that there's evil dead, evil spirits that haunt it, and on more than one occasion, somebody said that it was inhabited by an invisible dragon.
I wonder then if I could get either Lord Elrond or Gandalf to look at it. Okay, no, that thanks for the information.
But it has that kind of that fear and dread, it seems to... It comes from the forest. The fear and dread comes from the forest, and it seems to just sweep across the entire village, and subsequently people have moved out of that area. It doesn't seem to stretch. It's kind of... That presence doesn't seem to have stretched that far as Calenhad. Calenhad, you do have to, like, travel a little bit south, and then up into the foothills, and then up into the... like, to the beginning of the mountain kind of thing.
No worries.
And there is a manor house somewhere between Kalost and Calenhad. There is a manor house, but you can't remember how big it is or what it looks like or anything like that.
I wonder how much work it would be just to move the entire city back a little bit, or town back a little bit.
What?
This Theo's just speaking out loud in his head.
Okay.
I was just wondering, like, how much time
I mean,
it would take.
I said, he says that if it wasn't for the actual that ancient structure, whatever it is, in the forest, which seems to cast like a dark shadow across the village itself, then Kalos will probably be a nice, fine place to actually, probably be a prosperous little place for travellers to stop off at. I mean, it's not short of like an inn or a couple of shops, and it's got its farm there, and it's got some watermill. It says you don't see. There's not every town has a watermill. This town has a watermill, and things like that. There's an apple tree farm there as well.
Maybe we can make some cider.
There's an apple tree farm.
Memory lane.
But yeah, he tells you that there was a tavern there called the Traveller's Rest.
Okay.
Which was quite nice.
And it will be again.
Like I say, there was the farm, and there was a couple of there's like plenty of residential houses as well like that. But predominantly, it was that the people that lived there didn't like going out at night on their own in the dark, and they used to say that there's something in the wood, or the wood itself kind of thing. It has a curse upon it, and people have gone out and they've exaggerated and
yeah, I mean that's
about what they've seen. Some people said there's wolves out there. Some people said there's like evil spirits out there, that kind of thing, and all that kind of stuff. But it seems to emanate from this stone circle that's in the wood.
It's the Hell Gate.
Yeah. It says one of his friends, like who's not there at the moment and is not in Calenhad, he's actually in like somewhere else.
Michelle Gellar on it. It's like
one of his friends says that it was a place of sacrifices, human sacrifices and stuff like that, ages ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, apparently, but that could be just him talking.
That's probably just him talking. Theo says we're just wishful thinking. No, I'm looking forward to this area now. I'm getting more excited about trying to explore it and fix it up. And is this one of the sergeants, or is this just a general person that I'm talking to, like one of the military personnel?
Just one sergeant.
It is actually one of the sergeants.
One of the sergeants, yeah, one of the sergeants. But yeah, it says that the Calenhad is an amazing. It's like
he's giving it praise.
Yeah, he's giving it major praise. He says it's a huge structure. It rivals Edoras. Edoras is like the seat of power administratively, but for military force, Calenhad is the place to be, kind of thing.
Understandable.
But it is a wooden fort. Remember, it's a wooden fort, not stone structure. It's a wooden structure.
We have many years to upgrade it. Don't worry.
Yeah, but the beacon of Calenhad is one of the biggest ones there. It's like 20 feet high. It's like huge, massive. When you light it, you'll be able to see it all. You see it all the way across Rohan.
No worries. Cool. Okay, and I leave you to your discussion. Sorry to interrupt, and I back to the commander's tent again. Remember, I need the information sooner before I speak to this Lieutenant. I wanted to speak to him this afternoon, so as soon as you get
yeah. But yeah, it says he can't speak highly enough about Calmhad. Calmhad is an amazing place. He says it's a great fortification. It's in a tactically a brilliant place because it very rarely gets attacked because of where it's at. You know, it's one of the beacons of Gondor. It's not a
Yes.
like a up against.
It's not a citadel
Moria.
next
It's
to
not a citadel
yeah.
next to Mirkwood or anything like that. It's nothing crazy like that. It's really nice fortification. It's really well looked after. But he says the only problem is that wood. Yeah.
Yes.
And it's called Erin Myth.
Erin Myth. Let me write that.
Erin Myth. Erin Myth. It's called. It's a small wood. Yeah. And he says there's nothing lives in the wood.
Okay.
He says there's no birds, there's no foxes, there's no rabbits or anything like that
Oh, so it sounds a bit like Mirkwood.
in that wood. Erin Myth. ERYNMYTH.
Why? Oh god. Okay.
ERYNMYTH. Erin Myth. So there's a strange wood, very peculiar wood, but he remembers there being a stone circle in that wood, and there was rumour of, there was like some old story about human sacrifices being made inside the stone circle kind of thing. For what purpose we don't know, but it gives that kind of dark vibe coming from it, and anybody living near it instantly just wants to move out straight away.
Yes, understandable. No worries. I will try to find some people that maybe.
Subsequently, a lot of the village is now vacant. A lot of vacant. It's been vacant for quite a while.
Yes. Okay, as I say, I will leave you to your conversation. I'm going to head back to the commander's tent, and I'm probably going to try to send a message off to somewhere. Right, and I will turn and leave.
Okay, so you turn and leave. Okay.
Yep.
Afternoon plods on. Okay.
In the afternoon, can I? Well, because I want to try to send a message during the daytime to
Okay. To
Lord Elrond.
Lord Elrond at Rivendell.
Yes.
Okay. And this time, it's also worth mentioning to the listeners as well that Morwen has already left.
Mhm.
Okay, and Morwen
Without Dylan
Trust, because she couldn't find Dylan Trust.
Yeah, but she had a parchment I gave her.
Yes, Morwen has left. She is riding in the direction of Estelfair and Zabi.
No, she's riding in the direction of Farbard.
Well, in the direction of Tharbad. Yes.
Because that's where I told her that she was going.
Yes, she's
That's
riding
where she was
towards
knows.
Tharbad. She's riding towards Tharbad with a parchment, with a letter. So Morwen has left. She's
I did
already
forget to ask. You know when because I writ the parchment in the tent, was there anything to seal the parchment? Or was there wax or anything?
left. There would be the normal, like, kind of like a wax candle and a seal.
Cool.
The Grail seal kind
I
of thing.
would have done that then.
Yeah, you could have sealed it, yes. Everything with regards to the Great Elves is new to you.
Yes.
So if anybody's not familiar with it, it'll be new to them as well.
Yeah, no.
Okay?
Yeah, I mean, actually, I don't mind doing the message in late afternoon sort of thing, or afternoon.
That's fine. It's already. Yeah, you can say it's already gone. Morwen has already left. She's.
No, that was her, but I want to send another
okay.
message to Lord Elrond, don't I?
You want to send a message to Lord Elrond?
Yeah.
What do you want to say in the message?
It would be the word of the star, and it'd be
Yeah.
like has fallen location,
Yeah.
and that'd be it. That is literally all I can
That's
really
it?
say. Yeah,
Okay.
that is all I can really say.
Okay. Yeah.
But I wanted that go by bird.
They got by bird.
Yes, if possible. If the bird can go that way, if not, then
It can go to Rivendell.
I would dispatch a rider. But yeah, if it can go to Rivendell, that'd be best.
You can go to Rivendell. Okay. You want to dispatch that now?
Yeah, as soon as I sort of came for those people, I was going to go back to the aide, tell her that I was going to go do a message bird, and then come back to the tent.
Okay, well you can dispatch the bird, and the bird, like I say, carries the message and flies off in a northwesterly direction.
Cool, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, watch it as the bird actually just flies, like into a very cloudy.
You're going to say
overcast
into a
sky.
tree.
No, very cloudy, overcast sky. And you follow it for as long as you possibly can see it. And you see it. It is flying kind of like a northwesterly kind of direction.
Okay, and then I go back to my tent.
Okay, you go back into your tent. Okay, late afternoon.
Sorry.
Estelle
Yes.
and Zabi and Olwe.
Hi.
You're coming up on that small little town. On the South Road.
Yes.
You can see it's not a very big town. It's much like in the same way it was Mistwood. It's kind of like a walled town. Yeah. But it's not a very high wall. It's not a very high wall.
No, of course
Yeah,
not.
yeah. It's more like a
You can
rampart.
vaguely see if it's destroyed or not.
It's still very much intact, and it's very much inhabited, and it looks like there's some trading going on and some crafting going on and things like that. And some farming stuff like that. It's surrounded by ramparts. It's like earth ramparts, and then there's like a ditch, yeah, like a canal. You know, like a ring ditch dug around it. Yeah. Then a short wall, and then inside you can see some round houses. Okay, but you're riding past it.
We go past it.
You're riding past it, yeah.
Fuck. Yes.
Yeah. You're riding past it, and you can see as you're riding past it, there is some kind of like they're not really taverns. They're more like there's like stone round huts. Yeah. And there's some campfires going. They've got some sheep and some goats penned up again inside like a willow fencing kind of system. Yeah. And you see that there is kind of like a couple of market stalls out. Yeah. So you're riding past, yeah. You have the 250 riders of Rohan are also stomping past, and when they come riding past, everybody in the marketplace kind of like stands up and has a look and sees you all riding past.
That was what I was worried about.
Yeah.
Stealthy.
Yeah.
Stealthy town.
It's a thundercloud. Go.
Shut your face.
So yeah, you see that they stand and they watch you as you go riding past, and like all these riders of Rohan are just kicking.
Yeah, Zabi in his own her mind at the moment, thinking, I really wish I had some armor right now.
I don't think they would sell that though, right?
You don't know.
Not for a hobbit.
Not for her, yeah.
Not ready to go anyway.
I still wish that there was some type of armor that I can have, like either leathered or soft armor, or soft leather armor or rigid armor.
Well, I'm hoping not to.
Okay, you go right. You're not stopping.
No.
No,
Alright,
we need to keep
continue
going.
riding.
If
Keep
anyone
riding.
makes me stop, I'm gonna leave you behind.
Okay.
Even if it's a Rohan soldier.
Keep on riding. Can I
I'll
keep
drag
riding?
him.
Keep riding.
You.
Keep riding. Dylan Trask, you are venturing off into the Wold.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you're going venturing off into the Wold. You've gone down the steps. And you look out over this like barren, rocky, semi-sandy kinds of red, dusty wasteland, like a Badlands kind of thing. with various rock formations and things like that. There's not much running around in there. There's a couple of rabbits. Yeah. Kind of like stick their heads out of a hole and then duck back down when they see you approaching. Duck back down, and you can see there's like these like rabbit holes buried into the sandy orangey kind of clay soil. Yeah, it's taking a couple of hours to walk into the vault. You're walking through windswept kind of trenches, kind of thing. These trenches are not dug. It's just the natural formation of where the winds kind of whipped around certain rocks and smoothed them out and curved them and creating these little like half-height causeways that you can walk down. They're almost like corridors, but they don't have any roofs on them, obviously. Yeah. Yep. And you're making your way through into Zone 1. Zone 1 is a mining area. And you can see up ahead that there is various like watchtowers. There's like flag posts put up. I mean, they're not professional flag posts. These are basically just like sticks with small little green pieces of cloth tied to them.
Okay.
Yeah. And you guess from this could possibly indicate that this is like it's their mining area kind of thing. Yeah. So you don't really want to go digging anything up or like removing anything, or you know what I mean, around this area. There is predominantly it's mostly humans. There's about 10 humans, and they're moving carts of dirt around, like wheelbarrows of dirt around. Yeah. And there's a couple of others off to one side that seem to be like sifting the dirt. Yeah. Yeah. And they're doing that. And there's a guy like onto one side, just kind of like shoveling the dirt into like a pan, which has got like a wire mesh on the base of it, kind of thing. And he's sifting through it, and then any large pieces of anything like that, he kind of like picks out and puts to one side. And as I say, another guy turns up with another wheelbarrow and tips it off to one side, and then he's there with the shovel, and he says he tips it into another guy's like sifting pan, kind of like shakes it side to side and lets the loose stuff, the sandy stuff, fall through. And if there's any of the larger pieces of rock or whatever he's looking for are left behind, and then he kind of like just lets go of the sifting pan with one hand and just tips it to one side, and you can see it's like mostly all gravel and stones and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's like panning for gold, but they're doing it on dry land. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's predominantly it's open cast. There's no deep shaft mining or anything like that. It's all open cast.
Okay, I am just going to predominantly make my way to White area here. So,
Did we ever get a guide?
what?
No.
No.
Oh, right.
He's going to cost me 2 silver per day. I'm not paying 2 silver per day. I'm not made of money.
That's right. I didn't know if you had a guide or not. I couldn't
I
remember.
never guide. No.
I told, I said, did you not hear me saying to the guy 2 silver, and then I muttered under my breath I could have someone killed for that?
No, I probably went away.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Did you know how much it was going to cost me to send, Rider of Rohan to the King Under the Hill?
From there, yeah, it's probably a good 50 gold.
10 gold. And I was like,
Quite a
I'm
distance.
not paying that. I could have 10 people killed for that. No. So I'm just walking from here to here.
There you go. So yeah, you're working your way across it, and I say you're passing people like that who are just mining. There's another guy there who's got large boulders, and he's got a spike, and he's got a hammer, and he's driving the spike into these large boulders and just splitting them.
Okay.
I thought that was a euphemism.
What?
It's got large boulders.
He's He's just
I'm
splitting
going to mark on the map something. When I get to about here ish, I want to start kind of stealthing. Like while I'm like where I am, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm happy just wandering about. I don't really care who sees me. But as soon as I get like to there ish, I don't want to be seen. Because like my line of sight is just directly where I'm walking, so I'm like going from here to just like there to get to here.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, so when I get to here, that's when I'm going to start stealthing.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so you're making your way through the like a green section at the moment, a green zoned area. They've got little like pieces of tarp tied to fence posts and so to the.
Are the miners saying anything?
Just the usuals, like drop it there. I'll go through this bucket and then we'll make a start on that one.
Is any of them kind of close to me or no?
You pass within like a few feet of them.
Okay.
There's nothing you can. I mean, there's no rules to say you can't go and cut across a person's piece like plot.
Oh,
You just can't
trust
mine
me,
it.
I'm planning to.
I see, you just can't mine it.
I'm gonna actually stop before I leave the sector of the green sector.
Mm-hmm.
I want to stop and ask one of the miners about like the fourth sector. So I point to the fourth sector and say, "What can you tell me about that plot of
Which one?
mining land over there?"
Which one?
Because I just want a miner's perspective here. So I stopped one miner and said to him, like, "What can you tell me about that plot of land over there? I believe it's like mining section 4.
Which one? The white one?
Yeah.
They don't know an awful lot about it. They haven't ventured that far. They just concentrate on the plot that they've been assigned to. Each miner is assigned to like a 20-foot by 20-foot like digging segment, unless you put on to like sorting, which is basically what they're doing at the moment, which is sorting their way through the pieces and see if they come up with anything.
I ask I inquire further and say, has there been any people going over there, like any miners?
From here?
Yeah.
No.
So have there been miners from like?
It's well out of the way anyway. It's like right in the middle of the walls kind of thing. Like, and anybody in the right mind wouldn't go there.
Why?
Because there's like wild beasts and strange things going on out there. We don't know what's out there. They stay close to home. They stay close to the wall view, and they stay where it's easy to get in and out of. Like, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Plus they stay next to the other mining camps as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't like venturing off into the middle of the walls, like, and just say, "Oh, well, I'll stake this claim here." And it's like, no, like 250 miles away from Ballview. It is literally the middle of nowhere.
Okay, I thank him for his time and wish him luck in his endeavours. And I continue on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So wish him luck, and he says hi, and he just raises a hand, kind of thing. He looks back down into his panning. Like.
Why did he say raise a hand?
Because he just raises a hand, just like he's waving hi. That's all.
Oh, right, okay. I was like, why is he raising his hand? Is he expecting me to
his hand,
help him
and he's still looking down into his little panning tin, kind of thing.
Picking
out a few bits and pieces. Picks out a few bits and pieces and like throws them to one side. You know, like smaller pieces of rock and stuff, gravel. Throw them to one side, and you continue your journey through that particular mining section.
Okie doke. I'm gonna end my turn there because I'm just walking at this point.
Yeah. Theo.
Yes.
You are. You've been sat there. Well, you've been in your tent now for a good couple of hours now.
Is it beginning to get to the time where I suggested?
It's starting to get dark. It's starting to get dark now.
Our afternoon lunch and all that.
Yeah, it's late afternoon. It's starting to get dark.
Can I ask Freya then if she had arranged the people to have food for the night and that sort of thing, so we can actually?
She has, yes. She's arranged that kind of thing. She has acquired a small hog.
Cool.
Yeah, which they are busily preparing at the moment.
Good.
They're going to roast it over an open charcoal fire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not the kind of thing she does all the time, but on occasion, if she's asked to do it, as long as it's not all the time.
No,
it's
I mean,
something
I'm
that
not
she can
expecting
manage.
her to prepare it. I'm asking her to get stuff ready. So
Yeah, she's
find
got
people in the camp
She's got
and
plenty
who
of
will be
people.
able
Like
to prepare
she's
it.
got people running around sorting things out, but at the
Have
moment
the civilians integrate and all that. Have them help cook and prepare stuff.
they're doing the best they can given the circumstances.
Yeah.
But yes, there is.
This was just to get our strength a little bit better. That was
Yeah. But she has managed to acquire a small hog, which is being prepared, ready for roasting, over an open charcoal kind of fire thing. She's just bringing it up to temperature, making sure that it's really, really hot. The ashes are really, really hot. But before long, you'll be able to smell it all the way through the campus.
No worries. I would have also told her that I went and asked Leeson about coming to live, technically coming to live with us, sort of thing as well, saying all that. Would have told her that information just so she has a head up if the family comes and speaks to her. So she
Will
knows.
she be on the payroll?
More maybe.
Maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. What depends on what happens. We'll see what happens when we're there. We may not pay her, but we may give her somewhere to live. No, we'll work something out.
Okay,
No,
right,
it's
yeah, okay.
one or the other.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would also. I just mentioned to her that I want to. What do I want to do? I can't remember. Oh crap! Oh no!
What? I mean, will she be on the payroll kind of thing? Will she be on your? Will you be paying her like estates?
Yeah, as I say, we might be paying her, or we might be negotiating that she lives there
Just
somewhere.
you'll have to make a note of it. That's
work.
all.
Yes, yeah. I mean, when we get closer to the day and we actually have the house and we're actually there, then we will do something. For now, I just offered her the position.
Oh, okay. Well, she'll make a note of it in a little book.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was something else I wanted to ask, but I can't remember.
And she'll make a note of it in her little book, and then you can sort out like payment and wages and all that kind of stuff later.
Yes. That's very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Has anyone come to speak to you about if they're going or coming, or have I heard any?
There's been a few people asking, like not asking, but a few people have said that they've made their minds up, but they've decided. Some people have decided already. Some people are going to sleep on it.
No worries, okay. I mean, can I go to each of the sergeants again?
Yeah.
And can I ask them to give me the number of men that we lost in each platoon on that battle?
The number of men you lost in each platoon?
Yeah. You don't have to do it now, just...
I'm going to say, yeah, they will have the numbers. Yeah, they will have the numbers. Yeah.
Pretty sure it's over 2,000 something. 2,500.
Oh, yeah, it's well over a couple of thousand. Yeah, it's well over a couple of thousand.
So,
Yes. Well over a couple of thousand. But yes, they can find exact figures and all the rest of it.
cool.
And let you know.
Very cool.
Okay, so like I said, this is getting into early twilight kind of thing.
And I just mingle with
Yeah.
everyone. I just mingle with everyone.
You mingle with everybody. Like I said, the hog is now starting to cook. It's going to be a little while. It's going to be later in the night before it's actually ready. Deltrasta has gone venturing off into the middle of the world. It's starting to get dark.
Well, as far as I'm aware, Morwen has taken Dinentrust, so...
Oh, well, there you go. Okay. Morwen is somewhere between Worldview and Tharbad. Okay. Estelle and Zabi.
Oh no.
Hi.
Oh, you've moved this along.
Oh,
You are coming up to Helms Deep. You can see it's quite large now.
oh really?
Yeah, it's quite large now.
How is it looking from far away?
There's
The dream's good.
loads of dead bodies all over the place.
No way.
Yeah, there's loads of dead bodies all over the place. Some Rohans, some Orc, some Elf.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no. We're not
Estelle, we
approaching
don't
that
have
place.
time for this.
We're not approaching there anymore. If there's
No.
dead people.
It doesn't look like there's a battle going on, though, does it?
No, there's no battle going on. It
What
looks
if
like,
this? I don't know.
it looks like it's a post-event of a battle.
What if there's still enemy in there?
It doesn't look as if there is any orc enemies or anything like that. But I mean, there is just bodies all over the place. There is elf. There's some elf bodies. Not so much on the ground as like in front of you, but you can see the glimpses of elf armor. Some Rohan. But the elf and the Rohan tend to be more in towards Helms Deep. But there is a significant amount of dead orcs between you and the keep main entrance.
Go loot everybody, you'll be a millionaire.
The orcs are not going to have a lot
I don't
of it.
have that time.
I'm just
The elf will.
I think it's 4
I'm
months.
just looking at. I know this is bad of me. I'm looking at closely of the armor that's remaining.
It's all orc armor. It's badly made. It's kind of some of the better
Would
stuff is
the
leather.
armor of the elves incline like which house they would be from?
House of Elrond.
So like if they're from
Elrond.
Elrond,
House of Elrond.
What type of equipment have they got on?
Wait,
Like rigid leather or something?
no, like kind of like a chain and a plate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Zabby just gives her the. You're not gonna wuss out look, are you?
I'm not even looking at you. I am looking at the elves.
Yeah.
And there's obviously loads of orc and stuff. Do you think there'll still be people in there, regardless if it's ally or foe?
You can see
Inside.
Torches. Yeah, you can see torches lit.
Would it be worth going in?
What can they hear? Can they hear anything?
Can I try to use my ear senses?
You can see people moving around like on the battlements of the Great Wall. Yeah.
Like enemy? Or ally?
Well, they're not shooting. But no.
So can I just still go forward?
If you do a perception roll,
Yeah, I want to
can
do a perception roll.
you can.
Can I as well?
You can both do a perception roll. Go on, yeah.
You first.
Please.
Is this the first roll of the night?
Pretty
Yes!
much, yeah.
Which should probably be like the last couple of rolls of the night.
I know.
Wow.
Come on.
Well, that's better.
88 plus your perception.
My perception.
This is Estelle's one.
67.
Okay.
Okay, so 88 plus 67?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay, I'm rolling mine now. Oh, good. 80... 9
had to-
plus 86.
Oh my god!
Scouts are much better at perceiving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, yeah. They're more like
Hobbits, not so much.
centrally aware.
So that should cap it then.
Pretty much. No, the perception table goes up to about 300 and some. Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause you get
So...
Yeah, they can go quite high, those ones. And then when you get
Okay,
to
so
level
that's-
10, they go even higher still. They go up to 900 and something.
So, 89, 86.
when you get to level 10.
When you get level
Oh,
10.
shush you.
Right, okay, you can see, yes, there is some Rohan soldiers on the battlements. Yeah.
175 total.
And there seems to be a conversation taking place between what you assume to be a Rohan commander Although he looks like he's wearing a crown. Yeah.
A crown.
He's got a white beard and he's got white hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And a human and a dwarf.
Daddy?
A human and a frickin' dwarf.
A human and a dwarf seem to be talking to this commander kind of guy wearing a crown. Yeah, on the battlements, so you can see them, because they are behind the battlements. As they're walking, you can see him. Now you can't. Now you can see him. Now you can't.
Still go ahead. Slower though.
So okay, well you're coming
Well,
in
that you
slower.
don't
We're not
recognise
galloping.
possibly.
We're kind of like trotting
Galloping,
now.
kind of like trotting, yeah. Like I said,
Yeah,
you're
just-
trotting over the between the bodies of like a good few thousand dead orcs.
Oof. Well, their armor's not going to be any help for me, that's for sure.
Looted one of the elves.
Shush. Shush. I'm gonna go a little bit ahead of Estelle, just to be safe. Do I see anything ahead?
More dead bodies. Just orc dead bodies. There
What,
is a
what
wolf.
about the dwarf and human and all that?
Oh, there's a dwarf and a human. They seem to be talking to a Rohan. A Rohan.
Okay.
Same description.
Yeah, with white hair, white beard, and he was wearing a crown.
A crown.
Yeah, crown. He's wearing a gold crown. It's actually a gold crown now. You can see the colour of it. It's a gold crown now. There's a human and a dwarf. And then slightly off to one side you see an elf. An elf kind of like comes out of one of the doorways that lead into the upper keep. That come down onto the actual battlement wall, and joins the human and the dwarf in this conversation.
Are we just witnessing the Battle of Helms Deep?
We could possibly well be.
Just
That's what I mean. Are we seeing the aftermath of Helm's
slightly
Battle?
the aftermath. Yeah, it's a slight aftermath. You arrived late.
You know what? I'm gonna go towards the group.
Well, you have to kind of like go up a rising ramp that goes up into the main keep, and then you have to go through the keep. And
I
come
know
out on the
who
wall,
they
yeah.
are. I
Come out
know
on the
who
wall.
they are.
I hope so.
Right? I bloody hope so. I haven't seen them for ages, but I bloody hope so.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go towards where they are, the dwarf and all that.
I'm really close behind,
And
trying to get ahead of me.
you said one of them's an elf, yes?
Yeah, there's an elf there, but there looks like there's been a few elves there as well, though.
We go up to them until they
I
see us.
more or less, yeah.
You go up the inclining ramp, and you see in front of you a well-damaged, caved-in kind of wooden door structure. There's lots of arrows like embedded into it. It looks like there's a couple of
What, are
axes.
they the crude ones like before?
Yeah, the very crude iron ones.
Well,
There's also
fuck.
some very crude kind of like hatchets and some looks like some hand axes and things like that seem to be sticking out of it on the outside of it of the door itself. Yeah. There's a couple of Rohan military engineers who are busy at the moment removing all these pieces and things like that, and they're removing planks of wood from it, and then moving fresh new pieces of wood, timber into place, trying to repair these doors. Yeah.
Right, yes.
So that's what as you see. So as you go inside, and inside there's an open forecourt, like a courtyard kind of thing. And there's rising steps on the left and right and just in front of you that go up to a higher platform. When you get inside, most of your Rohan escort is kind of like in the doorway, kind of on the ramp, and in the courtyard as well. It's not big enough to accommodate everybody. It's already got a
I just
significant
say
amount of
to
people in there.
them, just be wary.
Yeah,
or just
there's already a
have
significant amount of people already in there. Looking around, you can see that there is children and families and things like that, all like huddled around, all like cowering kind of thing, hiding in sort of like stone archways and stuff like that.
What?
I'm thinking of that Twin Towers moment.
You think it what?
You know, in like, I think it's either in Twin Towers or the Return of the King of like the specific part of
You mean the two towers, not the twin towers?
well, same thing.
No, different things. Big time.
You know what I mean? You know what I meant? With the civilians and all that, and they like escape through the secret passage.
Yeah, the
It's
like
that
there's various like stone like archways kind of thing that go down into like
I'm
caves and catacombs.
Zabby is basically going to
Little lights, you can see it down there.
yeah, Zabby is basically going to like say out her force like, what the hell happened here?
Estelle, do a roll.
There's a really
Estelle, roll please.
Fuck.
You get blown up by a catapult.
Oh no!
Oh,
Why is
I-
my roll shit today? This is my second roll. Well, it wasn't that shit the last roll. Never
No,
mind.
it was not.
Go on.
Come on.
It was going to be. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
It's
that's
still
good.
same.
22.
Okay, looking around, you can see that they're predominantly everybody around you is human. Like the people, the children, all that, they're all predominantly human.
Rohan then.
No, I didn't necessarily say Rohan, I said they're just human.
Right.
Oh. Okay.
I would have seen something probably if I
You
got higher roll.
would have. Yeah, you would probably would have. I only come up to 5, but I can't.
Oh, I knocked over. Sorry, Morwen.
You did.
Knock them all flying.
I have slight. No, that's not going to help me. God damn it.
Okay, so you've gone into the courtyard. Some of the your Rohan escort have come into the courtyard with you. Some have stopped kind of like in the doorway. Some of them have stopped on the inclining ramp that leads up to the main doorway to the keep. And you're in this kind of courtyard. As I said, there's a rising staircase, like a couple of steps to the left, a couple of steps to the right, a couple of steps in front of you that go up to a stone platform. And all the way around you, in a semicircular fashion, there is small little alcoves, like archway alcoves carved into the stone. There's very ornate kind of stone statues carved into the walls, and on this stone platform itself there's a lovely carved horse kind of thing, like a stone horse, rearing up on 2 legs kind of thing. Yeah. And around everywhere you can see there's these human civilians, these human kind of civilian refugees. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
Yep.
it. Okay.
yeah. There's various other Rohan soldiers kind of dotted around. There's Rohan engineers who are repairing the door, removing various axes and broken panels and arrows and things like that, and trying to repair the outer door to the keep.
Okay.
Again, also in this area, there's several dead Rohan soldiers as well. Looks like they've been shot by arrows.
Oh god.
Yeah. Edging ever closer to possibly the king of the land.
You said it, not me. I kind of like speak up a bit, asking what has happened here? Who is your commander, or was it like leader or something like that for this group? Or something?
Who are you asking?
Just anybody that can hear me, basically.
Well, there's a few people around you. There's some civilians and there's a couple of soldiers.
I asked a couple of the soldiers, saying, "Who's leading these civilians and your men?"
King Theoden is up on the battlements talking to Lord Aragorn right now.
I'm still going. I didn't stop. I keep going to them.
Can you escort possibly me and my friends then? Because they sound important.
Well,
No, I see Aragorn
They're quite
is
busy
right
at the
there.
moment.
They're right there.
What,
I
really?
can see them.
Yeah.
Where did you go then?
I'm going ahead. I'm like.
I'm gonna.
You can't take
I
your horse.
say to them-
You can't take your horse any further. By the way, you can't take your horse any further.
I'm
I
getting
get
off my
up-
horse and walking myself.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get off my horse and just say to the soldiers, "Thank you very much. I'm just gonna follow my elfie friend over there."
Okay.
Holy, come on.
Always following as well. Like I say, you are climbing steps. You're kind of like turning, going through.
I'm
dark
hoping the
corridors.
Rohan soldiers have stayed put. I want them to stay put.
Yeah, just,
They're staying. They're not following.
Yeah,
They're staying.
Look out for our horses, please.
They're assessing the situation.
and also keep an eye out if.
No, they're
enemy-
assessing. They're assessing the situation, and they're like trying to get a follow up as to what happened here, kind of thing.
Mhm.
You go through a maze of steps and corridors and like stone archways and things like that, navigating your way past various little
I say to
hidey holes
Estelle
kind of
while we're walking, one of those soldiers mentioned a person named Aragon. Is that someone important?
You see him in a minute. I could just see him talking with the king. So it's one with the crown is the king. Probably.
That's usually a good indicator. Yeah, so like you say, as you keep on walking yourself through this, and Zabi and Olvi as well, that are following, you can see you're passing more civilians, mostly children, mostly women, a few guys, you know what I mean, elderly people as well, and you're passing more and more of them. They seem to be all like squashed into every small little like hiding place you can possibly get inside this keep. Yeah. You turn your last, turn to the right, and you can see out. You are now on the battlements itself. There's this stone walkway kind of thing. It slowly curves its way, facing south. It slowly curves its way a little to the left. Yeah. And partway along it, you can see the back of King Theoden, and you can see the face of Aragorn, and you can see Legolas, who seems to be staring out over the wall.
know.
And Gimli, who is
You didn't believe my shooting prowess.
he's wearing this. Gimli seems to be wearing this. It just seems to be just like a sort of small person wearing a chain, a huge, massive piece of chain.
So
he's resting on
I'm
a big
seeing
battle axe.
Gimli, the dwarf.
Yeah, you can see a dwarf.
You
He's
see a
resting
dwarf
on a
and an
huge
elf
battle axe.
and an
Yeah, I'm
elf.
just gonna say, I'm not the only small person that you know then.
If I said I knew them, I didn't
Yeah, I was
say
going to say,
anything.
she hasn't said she knows him yet.
There's none yet.
I haven't said it.
I know. It's just that's an instant instinct for Sammy.
They seem to be talking about something, and like I said, Theoden's kind of looking around, and he's not only looking at some of the dead people on the Rohan and the elves that are on the wall, but he's also looking like not eastwards, but he seems to be looking westward, like as if he's staring out across the Gap of Rohan, and the area behind the wall as well.
Okay.
Yeah. He seems to be pacing backwards and forwards as he's talking to Aragorn. Aragorn seems to be doing some shouting. Okay. What are you doing?
We should go to
You hear King Theoden say something like, you just catch the end of the
Can we
sentence
just, like,
where he says, so what am I supposed to do with them?
Can we just like wait at the door? Or and whatever. If it's like, what are they like on the balcony, right? Like, if they're on the balcony, then the archway that links the inside to the out, wherever we are to them. I don't know. There, can we just wait there?
Well, yeah, it's basically an open stone archway that like one step forward and you will be on the battlements themselves, like on the battlement walkways.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or can I just wait at the archway?
You can wait to the archway, yeah, and they
Until they're done, like...
Well, they seem to be still talking.
That's why I'll wait there until they're done. Until they see me and be like, stop them.
They're still talking, and you see the best part of the conversation you can hear, and you can hear them shouting about is Theodore and saying, so what am I supposed to do with them? And then Aragorn says something kind of really quiet and holds out his hands, like, you know, down, palm up, down to either side of his body. And Theodore says, well, this is not Rohan's problem.
I say this like muttering to myself. Only to myself, they're not gonna freaking hear me.
I'm right next to you.
Theodon kind of like turns towards Aragorn and Legolas and says that a solution must be found. They can't stay here forever. And he starts walking towards the archway towards you.
Okay.
Who's walking towards us?
King Theoden. Aragorn seems to be following him. Legolas was about to start following them, and you hear Gimli say, "Let them go, lads. Let them go." No!
I've shut down. I don't.
What?
Okay, I step aside and pull Estelle to the side as well, just to let Theoden and Aragorn go past, if they do. Just pulling her to the side.
You grab hold of Estelle and pull her to the side. Theoden, King Theoden kind of like marches straight past.
Alright.
Yeah. He stops for a second and looks at Zabi. And it kind of looks down at Zabi and realizes like Zabi is neither a Rohan, a human, nor even a dwarf.
Hi.
And he looks down and he says, they just keep coming. Every day they're just going to keep coming.
What? A bunch of misfits?
And then he just walks on.
I just said a bunch of misfits and he goes off.
Excuse me.
Okay, he stops. He turns.
By the way, is Aragorn's with him, right?
Aragorn's coming behind.
Oh, so he just passed, and Aragorn is going to pass us.
Yes.
Aragorn's about to pass you, yeah.
Please tell me you haven't shut down again.
How bad is it just to say, oi?
Oi.
Why did you say excuse me?
I didn't even have to say oi. He just basically turned around and looked at me and I just went, hi.
It's just because you're uncommon.
Exactly.
He's public speaking, so I'm not going to help us now.
God.
He just said, yeah, excuse me, and he stopped.
Because he's like the leader of the thing.
I look at Estelle like...
He's turned around and he's looking at you. He's like, you're going to follow this up with some words.
I just gave her like.
Would
like
this
an
be a
emotion-
bad time to ask for a bit of your time?
It says, Miss, we have just fought one of our nation's biggest battles, and now we have refugees from Tharbad cowering in our dungeons.
From Tharbad, you say?
Yeah, from Tharbad. We have refugees from Tharbad cowering in our dungeons.
Then that could mean possibly, I say to Estelle, your family might be here.
Is it the bunch of people that are kind of down there, right?
From the gap of
Here,
Rohan, I think.
there, everywhere. If there's not enough space for Rohan, how am I supposed to accommodate the men of Aenor?
Well, I was going to ask for one thing, but since you mentioned this, you're a king, so I don't know if you brush through with the people. Have you ever seen a kind of blondish woman elf among those refugees from Tharbad?
He kind of looks at you very puzzled. And then Aragorn comes in and stands next to you. And he talks, I don't know if he's like part of the conversation or a different conversation, but he says to Theodore, we will find a solution. And he points to you, he looks at you and he points to you and he says, this girl is from Tharbad.
Can I
Wait.
look to
I think you
Aragorn,
should say
please?
was from Tharbad.
Oh, it was from Tharbad. This girl is from Tharbad. So Theoden looks at you and said, so these are your people?
When you ask it like that, Aragorn.
What?
Wait, what connotation is he asking that question? I'm so confused. Is my people? No, I have family in Tharbad. I live in Tharbad. We've met in Tharbad. Actually, it was one of the first times we've met.
I just look at Aragon and like.
Because you went in
I
my bar.
What?
I don't know. Yeah, I just know
Aragorn went in my bar.
halfway through.
You were in my bar. It's my home. So
Theoden turns to asks you, he says, do you know this? Do you know this, Lord Aragorn?
Lord.
We crossed paths once or twice.
So
And the people I have cowering in my dungeons are your people.
well, don't look.
Sure.
At me. I just say, well, don't look at me. I just joined them in another dungeon. That's all I'm saying.
Gimli comes in behind with Legolas. And Gimli says, ah, you made it, lass.
Hi.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Estelle,
Same.
mind me quickly introducing who the hell these people are?
Okay, Zabby's wondering what who's doing what and who's doing what and all the histories of everything that's going on. And King Theoden's saying, so you have history with these people, and these are your people. Then, your majesty, I suggest you take your people out of my dungeon and return back to your city.